Hi and welcome to the Outquisitions podcast, where we spotlight industry leaders redefining success. The goal of each episode of the podcast is to uncover their stories, their strategies, and insights to inspire, inform, and really elevate your own journey. So let's dive into today's conversation with yet another super inspiring guest. If you want to listen to a really interesting talk, then stay tuned. So, Vanda, thank you for coming into the podcast. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. First
Thanks for
question.
inviting me.
Yeah, it's going to be a great discussion. Could you please present yourself and also your company to those who are listening and don't know a lot about you already?
Okay. So I'm Vanda Carvalho, a very Portuguese typical name, Carvalho. My degree is on psychology, but I always loved many things. So I always had many of ideas of what I wanted to do. So I started as a trainer in different areas. And at a certain point, I started doing some sales training. So I understood it was important also to be a seller.
Mhm.
So I went to a company where I had to sell projects, training projects, and also I had another project where I recruited, trained, and managed sales teams. So my previous background is all about sales for many industries. But I always knew that I wanted to be specialized in one area, but I still didn't know exactly where. And then I started having clients in automotive and I fell in love with it. And I decided, okay, this is the way I want to go. And sometimes when you dream things, opportunities appear. And I was invited from one of the clients we had at the moment to be a training manager and at the importer, the Portuguese importer of Volkswagen Group. And I accepted, and it was a great challenge. But again, after I think the first 3 years, it was okay. But then I understood, I still miss something. And what I was missing was to have my own company and to do and run things like I wanted. But I stayed there for 6 or 7 years. I had it all planned in my head. And in 2015, I've left and I started my own company. And it's a nice story because at that time I've talked with our administrator, tell him about what I wanted to do, and said I would love to do this, but it would be so good if I could do this having you as a client. And thank God he said yes. Of course, he made me do lots of things and to have many things prepared. But it was nice to get out of your previous job and have a new one, but with a big client.
Yeah.
And well, things went very well. They are one of our clients still, but they are one of them. So we've grown a lot, and we'll be 10 years this year, which is something that it seems it started yesterday.
Yeah.
And so what do we do? Mainly, we started as a training and recruitment agent company. But then we specialized in recruitment, and I'm doing the training more on myself. And the company, VDC Consulting, is all about recruitment in automotive. So we work for especially dealers, car dealers, and we recruit people for all the positions you can imagine, since the person that says hello to you, to the salesperson, or when you go to the workshop to repair your car, or to the general manager. So all the positions in dealers, but also on other industries or other companies that are around, like car renting companies or rent-a-cars or other type of businesses that are all in mobility and automotive related. But I would say 80% of what we do is for dealerships. So car dealerships from the biggest brand. We work with more than 15 brands at the moment.
Right. And big brands as well.
Yeah, big ones, all the big ones, I would say. Well, I think we just don't work with luxury cars. But in that we have Audi, Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, Renault, Peugeot. All the Stellantis brands are very, very popular in Portugal. We like
Mm,
French cars. Of course, we also love German cars, but we also like French ones. So we all of the big ones.
yeah. Okay. Um, and so which markets do you serve mainly as of now, 2025?
Is in market, you say, in Portugal?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
so we work for all Portugal from north to south. We are a small country.
Okay.
And at this moment, for recruitment, we only work for Portugal.
Mm,
As a trainer, well, I'm starting to do training for international companies too, but only as a trainer. In recruitment, it's just in Portugal
fine.
because it's where we have the network and the expertise. There are some how should I say? I think that the biggest advantage we have is that we are specialized in automotive in Portugal. If you do it in Spain, it's a little bit different. So if we would do it for other country, I would need to be there and also to learn all about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you know
So
the specificities of
yes,
the
yes,
Portuguese
yes,
market. Yeah.
yes. And
Definitely.
even for training, I'm working with international companies that
Hmm.
are that want to do training in Portugal.
Okay.
So again, the expertise of the market is something that it's very important.
Yeah, yeah. And so you can stand out as well. And
Yeah.
this is actually my follow-up question in terms of the competitive landscape.
Mhm.
Um, how does it look like? I don't know. Are you like the number one, the go-to in Portugal
Well,
or?
um, it's an interesting question, because we are the only recruitment company specialized in automotive.
Mhm,
So if you would ask me, I would say that uh, direct competitors, we don't have them.
mhm,
But of course, that have other recruitment companies that do recruitment for all the industries. So of course, they are our competitors. Or even the dealers. The dealers themselves, they have recruitment, they have HR departments, and sometimes they compete with us too.
mm,
So I would say that direct competitors we don't have, but we have many indirect competitors. Um, but mainly, I would say that if you don't recruit, if you have a position that you're having troubles to close, um, I would say that we are the first or second option that you think.
mm.
Um, and maybe if we were not the first, the second is to call people that to see if they know someone that can be in that position.
Mm.
Um, I think it's like that.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Okay. Um, so you've had a lot of past experience in sales
Yeah.
in many different industries, as you've mentioned.
Mhm.
So you probably have this skill, the skill of selling yourself, selling any kind of ideas. Um, my question to you is, how did it serve you as the founder of your company to have this skill? Like, what was the impact? And would you say that where you are today is, there's a correlation between where you are today and you having implemented this skill of selling, selling yourself, your ideas, and to recruit and really pursue your vision.
Mhm. Well, I would say there's a very big positive correlation
Mm,
between my past in sales and what we are doing now.
yeah.
And it's something that happened. It's not that uh, if I look back, I understand that many of the opportunities we have is because of one of the things that is very important also in sales is your network.
Hmm.
And in a very healthy, um, fluid way,
Hmm.
I have a big, big, big network of people that I've always been feeding,
Yeah.
and many opportunities come through that network. And of course, that we have. It's like you have the social media that helps you to sell your ideas and what you are doing, like LinkedIn, for instance. And of course, that having the skills and having the network is something that helps a lot. I can tell you that for recruitment, and this is very strange because I come from sales.
Mhm.
I never had to do prospection, like the clients are always coming to us. And that's because of the network, and they know the work that I'm doing because somewhere I've talked about it somewhere. So this is an interesting thing that I can compare with, and I didn't mention it before because we were focused on my actual company. But 1 year after I left the importer and already have this company, I've founded with a partner another company, a trading company for cars.
Mhm.
So I was salesperson because
Mm.
I was buying and selling cars all over Europe. And that was interesting because that work was really all about prospecting clients and start from scratch in markets where I didn't know anyone. I had to start it from scratch. And there, my skills were really necessary because no one knew me. So I had to do it all by myself. And it was the independent market, not just for one brand, for many brands. It's a market of opportunity. And
Yeah.
there, I had to do that
Yeah.
sales in a more pure way, without just from scratch. You have a list of contacts
Yeah.
and go from there. Try
Yeah.
to sell them calls.
And get the hands dirty. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
How it is. Okay. Okay. Now coming back to your industry, how does AI play into this? I mean, is AI huge in your industry? Are you leveraging this? Positive, negative? What are your thoughts on that?
Mhm. So I can answer in the. It's like I work into. I have one industry. This is one that I serve, and the industry recruitment and training where I am.
Mhm.
So for automotive, of course, AI it's a big thing, and it's something that will help even in with the development of the cars. It will allow autonomous driving to be something more to go to the highest level and to really have autonomous driving on the roads. It will help on sales because you'll have agents. So there's a big thing about it. And in recruitment, it's also the same. You have the biggest companies are already having agents for recruitment that are doing the first part of the to talk with the candidates. Before that, even for us, we use a software and it has AI inside of it. And of course, it suggests you some candidates that may be interested for a certain position. But I think that the future will be to have the most, I would say, the 5 or 6 questions that you have to do to everyone. I think very soon they will be done by agents, and that will save a lot of work and will have something very good, which will be it will allow you to speak with a lot of people at the same time and to be faster in your answers because that's what they expect you to be very fast identifying and validating candidates.
Mhm.
In our case, we are already we're having this week a conversation with someone that specializes in agents to see if it would be something that could be interesting for us for the first conversation where you need to just ask some questions that are very basic
Mhm.
and to see how it goes. At least I would like to give it a try because from one month to the other, you see that AI is developing so much that
Yeah.
of course it can help you in many, many things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Whether we like it or not, us as business owners, I mean, it's the market is competitive, and you know, company A, company B, both are the same in every way possible, except one uses AI. I mean, this one is going to win the market every single time because it's just more efficient. It's just working better. So yeah, whether I mean, it's a little bit scary, of course. We don't want to end up in Terminator, like some stuff like this. But yeah, I've been having some big experts, big names in this podcast who, in terms of AI, they know a lot. They've told me that, I mean, it's either you jump in the boat or you live in the jungle, but there's really no in between. So
Yeah, of course.
we'll see. Yeah.
And it's made, humans made it. So we have the possibility of doing good things with it or bad things with it. It's like, it's our choice. And like you said, it's if you try to stop AI, it's like to try to stop the wind with your hands. It will not stop.
Exactly.
So we just have to adapt to it. And I think that's work related. Many times people speak that it will take our jobs. And I think it will make some of the tasks that are boring and to disappear. If it's something very like a process that is always the same thing, that type of thing can be substituted by AI. And that's a good thing because it will allow people to do things that are more challenging, more interesting for them. Imagine
Creative. Yeah.
more creative. Imagine like a trainee in human resources that starts in recruitment. The first weeks are doing phone calls that are very always the same thing. After you learn it, it will not be challenging. So if you can start with that, but just to know how it is and then to go to the next step, it's something good. So, well, at least I hate repetitive work. So for me, I think it's a good thing. It's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it will evolve. It's the beginning of 2025 right now. It's the 7th, Tuesday, the 7th of 2025. Let's jump in the future. All right, time machine, future, end of 2025.
Okay.
Vanda is looking back at this year. What have you accomplished? So what's next for you and your company for 2025?
Okay, so I would say the first thing, and I think that you will relate to this as a business owner, will be to have the goals that are defined, all achieved. That would be the first thing, and that would mean that training would represent half of what of our earnings this year. Because I think I've told you before, I had a child, so I was a little bit step out of training. I had to because he was small, but now he's a big boy, 3. So I started last year to be on training again. So this would be the first thing. And the second thing would be to continue to have more, continue to have different clients that are not dealers. So continue to learn with new clients that are looking for us. So the business is, and we do measure this, like if we are keeping happy the customers that we always had, but also if we attract new ones. And if I can, well, this one is the hardest maybe. I would like to recruit a new person to the team with a certain profile that I identified. And I would like that at the end of the year, she's completely, I would not say trained, but ready to be, to do the 2026 fabulous.
Okay.
And this is a hard thing to do I'm a trainer and a recruiter, but I find it hard to do it for myself. It's always very challenging.
Yeah.
And I think you know what I mean. It's when it is to work with us, well, lots of things are on the way. but we know what we want, so we just have to find the right person. If we find it, it's easier to train it and to prepare. But so
Interesting. And would you be able to share what position it's for? This specific person you want to hire?
well, it is to be a recruiter,
Okay.
a specialized recruiters in automotive
Okay.
for sales, especially.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So, well, do you have a message to some of the people that may be listening right now
Mm-hmm.
that may want to open up a conversation with you or anyone else in your company to know more about how you can bring value, but they're not sure yet, and they have a packed calendar, so they need a little push. I mean, what would be your message to them, so that they can know if it does make sense for them to book a call with you or not?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say that it would make sense to book a call with us if people are having um, a hard time fulfilling certain positions and they need help in recruitment in automotive or mobility sector, or if they want to install certain processes in their teams, uh, but they are also struggling to do it because processes are very hard to implement. And sometimes I have clients that say this to me. It says, "You just said in your training the same things I say to them every meeting, every sales meeting, or every after sales meeting." But because it's you and you are from outside, it seems that you are telling something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes you need someone from outside just to just say the things that the company is saying, but in a without any agenda. It's just to sell it, to sell why that process makes sense. So I would say this: if you have some processes that you would like to implement, and you think that you can use a hand from the exterior, or if you're having troubles finding people, the right people for your team, and you work in mobility and in automotive.
Wonderful. Okay, so how can they reach out to you? It's on your website. There's a way to click a button.
Yes, we have it in our website. We will have a new one. It will be launched this year. I would say
Okay.
until March it will be launched. But even in the actual version you have there, and if it's the podcast, you will share my contacts. Well, I can give them, and through LinkedIn also you have my contacts there, and I'm happy to reply to everyone who's interested.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Vanda, for the time. Had a good time here.
Thank you, Killian.